China's economy is about to collapse, guys.
The latest numbers are in.
So how will this affect us in the US? How will this affect the housing market? We are going to jump right into it. My name is Orlando and welcome to the channel, guys. Look, there is a lot to cover here and I want to make this as simple as possible so that everybody watching this video right now can understand why this is so pivotal when it comes to the US. Well, China right now, guys, is going through a big financial crisis, and it really mimics what happened to us in 2008. This is China's financial crisis, what happened to us in 2008. So really focus and hone in on that and why this is so important. But what we really need to jump into is how this all started. So the Chinese love, guys, they love buying properties more than any other type of investment, stocks, bonds, starting a business. Real estate is the key to wealth in China. Why are the Chinese obsessed with buying property? While home ownership remains exclusive for most millennials around the world, 70% of China millennials ages 19 to 36 are already proud owners. And then it shows here the percent of surveyed millennials who own their own home since February 2017. Now you see, China is the top of the top when it comes to owning property. They love buying property. Hey, and I love buying real estate. So I totally understand where they're coming from. 94% of Chinese millennials plan to buy a property in the next 5 years compared to 69% in France, UK, 80% in the US, and 82% in China. Such focus in property ownership has helped drive a record-breaking sale year in China last year, with sales totaling 9.9 trillion, or basically 1.45 trillion in 2006. This is the reason why this section is so important, so you actually know where this started. Well, home builders said,
these guys love buying properties, so why don't we just build more properties, which would allow us to make more and more money?
So home builders continue to build because the demand was so much, guys. You got to remember, guys, we have low income individuals moving to the middle class. So with all of that, and remember, we're talking about hundreds of millions of people moving from one section to another. And with that being said, they want homes. They want to buy homes. So home builders said,
no problem. We have no problem doing that. We're going to build, build, and build.
So the home builders came up with this Ponzi scheme, guys. This Ponzi scheme to go ahead and take pre-sales, guys. So pre-sales are basically taking money from homes before they're even built. So you take the money for the homes and you say,
hey, look, now you have your home etched in. You will definitely get a home. We will start building on that home.
And that's what home builders did. They took the money, they made individuals go get mortgages for those pre-orders, and then they took that money, guys. They took that money and they started to build a little bit, but then took majority of the money to build another project. And then they did the same thing over again. They said,
hey guys, we need pre-orders. You want to go ahead and make sure that you get a condo, or you want to make sure you get a home? Go ahead and give us pre-orders because these properties will sell out fast.
They took the pre-orders and then they started building and they went to the next one and used majority of the money, and they kept doing it over and over and over. Now, we all know, if you guys have seen me on Pocket Watching with JT, you know that is a Ponzi scheme if you have never seen one.
Do you believe me yet?
Let's take a look at what some of the Chinese citizens were dealing with. And then here's the worst part of that. They stopped working on the properties. They stopped doing construction on that unit. So your house never got built and they just continued to go to the next project, to the next project, and the next project.
That don't make no sense.
Which means that you have an incomplete home, but you're still paying the mortgage on top of that. Well, the Chinese said,
you know what? We're done with this. We're not paying the mortgages.
And they went on a mortgage boycott. They said, we're not paying, it's an incomplete job, so we're not going to pay. Some people actually moved into the incompleted homes, which you have these incompleted ghost towns. There's a safety issue. There's all types of issues going on with that. And then you can see here, China's property crisis, why homeowners stop paying their mortgage. Construction stopped, mortgage stopped, deliver homes and get repaid. That was one of the chants from this disgruntled apartment buyers in China used at a protest in June, but their ire over unfinished homes didn't stop at signs and chants. Hundreds of them stopped paying their mortgages. Radical step for China, which dissent is not tolerated. A young couple who just moved into central China told BBC that after receiving down payment last year, the developer withdrew the project and construction stalled. So you can see, guys, they stopped payment on mortgages because they had incomplete products, incomplete homes. Let's just watch a few minutes of actually what's happening in China, what some of these people are living. They moved into some of these apartments that are incomplete.
是这里，是这里，对，是这里，是这里，是这里。Most of the
Incomplete. And they're forced to live here because they have nowhere else to live, guys.
你们这里有多少个人？一共住在这里的？
大概有100多200，
100、200的。
100多200，
那么多人。
我们只是这个倾尽全家的这个积蓄，
是吗？
在这买这一套房，到现在我们5年了住不上，实在是受不了了。
那你们的安排现在是什么？
没有别无选择了，因为近几年这个疫情。
Now, you see, guys, they are literally saying, we've used all of our money, all of our savings, we have a mortgage, and now we have this incomplete building. So let's fast forward to what's currently happening with China and their economy and their housing market. Well, what ended up happening is the government stepped in because they realized that there were going to be a run on the banks. They stepped in and they said, hey, look, we know that everybody is pulling their money out, and that's exactly what happened. People started to pull their money out of their bank accounts because they did not trust the government anymore. The government stepped in and said, you know what? We're going to have to step in and give some liquidity to these big companies that messed over the people. That sounds really crazy that you would bail out the construction companies or the home builders, but you would not erase or give the money back to the people that have mortgages on the home. But you would hope that the money that the government is giving the home builders, you would think that they would restart construction on the homes and not just leave them, crumbling from the weather and everything else. And who knows if the homes are even safe now, because some of these places, guys, have been abandoned for 5+ years. Who knows? You have exposed material for 5 years to the elements. Is it safe anymore to even live there? Probably not.
I don't know. I think that's a bit dodgy, mate.
My hope would be I would want a full refund so that I'm made whole. But the Chinese government is not going to do that. So here's the thing. So not only did the Chinese government give a bailout to the home builders, but they decided,
Hey guys, we're going to make it cheaper for you to borrow the money.
now doesn't that sound kind of tone deaf that you're cutting the cost of money for people to get mortgages, or / you're making it cheaper for them to borrow if they're currently in a mortgage, but you're not really fixing the situation. Why would I want to borrow money, period, no matter if it's cheaper or it's more expensive, for a home that I will never get, or a half-built home that I cannot live in, that will take 5 to 10 years to even build? No. It doesn't matter. I'm not giving you a mortgage, period. It doesn't matter how much it costs. But that is what the Chinese government is doing. So, a summary of all of this. What is currently happening with the Chinese government with their economy? Well, they have a bunch of mortgages that aren't getting paid. You have a bunch of probably the top 10, top 20 developers all are crumbling because they cannot sell any more homes because there's no trust in the home building and real estate, owning property. There's no trust in that anymore. So no one's buying homes. People have stopped making payments. That affects the bottom line of the builder. It also affects the banks that lent the money to the developers because they aren't getting paid. There's also been a run on the banks, so people are liquidating their funds out of the banking system. So you have all of this money being drained and being held, and money isn't being spent. We all know that's how an economy works. You have to have money being spent and circulated through, and that is not happening. There is a huge stall in their economy right now. It is just stagnant, guys, stagnant. So the Chinese government is looking at ways to get this pushed and going. I fear the only way they will be able to gain the trust of the public again is to go ahead and erase those mortgages and give the people back their money. But that is going to be a headache. And I honestly believe if they do that, it will drain the economy even more. So now that you have a backstory of exactly what's happening in China, how will this affect the housing market in the US, guys? Well, you have to understand, guys, we are no longer on an island.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
This is not just a US economy that is just by itself, insulated from everything. We have been affected by the Ukraine war. We all know that's going on right now. And we've seen shot up in gas prices. And most people would be like,
Oh, wow, I didn't realize that.
yes, we are no longer by ourselves. This is a global economy, guys. This is, if we trade with other countries, if something happens in one country, it's going to affect us. And we have the number two power in the world. We're number one. China's number two. And we're saying that if this economy collapses, nothing is going to happen to our economy. Our economy is already on its last leg. We're already in a recession. We see a housing recession, housing crash coming. We still have the holidays and next year, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. We now are dealing with our number two power in the world is about to collapse. How do you not think this is not going to affect our economy? So just imagine this. China collapses. And when China collapses, do you think items that we normally buy from China, all the cheap labor and everything like that that we get from China, do you think that will become cheaper? Or do you think it'd be more expensive? I can promise you here that it will be more expensive. So items that we use to build homes, appliances that are built in China, labor to build those appliances, all of that will become more expensive.
Okay.
I can see an appliance that costs, $1,000 go up to $1,800. And then on top of that, we already are in supply constraints. Now, if we're in supply constraints, the economy collapses over in China. How do you think the supply chain is going to move then? It's going to move a little bit slower. So can you see, guys, how this ripple effect will affect the housing market? It will affect the economy in general. Everything will slow down. But here is the conundrum we have. We have that interest rates are going up, so people won't be buying homes as much. The demand will be lower. It will cost more to build a home if China collapses because the materials will now be higher. Who takes the hit? Is it the consumer who will take a hit? Or will it be the home builder who has to take a lower margin? A home that really cost him $80,000 to build and he's gonna sell for $150,000, maybe he can only now make $20,000 on that, and it will be a $20,000 profit, not a $70,000 profit. Who's gonna take the hit? And I believe that home builders will take another big hit. Hence, the reason why we're seeing so many of these articles saying that home builders see a massive crash coming down the pike. So once again, I hope you got value out of this content. I'm gonna need you to watch this next video here to know what's going on in this crazy housing market, get into your first rental property. And also, guys, check it in the description below. I have some useful links, our membership program, along with getting a free credit report. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.